This is the value of wrestling, the revolutionary force in wrestling podcasting.
Is WWE ready to go to war with AEW? Will Tuesday, October 10th be a special night in the world of professional wrestling? Well, join me and let's talk about it. I'm the Big Time, and this is the Big Time Rants right here on the Value Wrestling YouTube channel. And well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like WWE is ready to get into the battle. They are ready to go to war, as it is on October 10th. AEW will be holding their Dynamite or their Title Tuesday Dynamite episode on October 10th, going head to head with NXT. And WWE is loading up the card as they've already announced John Cena to appear on NXT, Asuka to appear on NXT, and the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, all planned to be on the October 10th episode of NXT. This is some breaking news to hear that all these names are coming to the NXT, but WWE is going to give it everything they have, especially since this will be the night of Adam Copeland's in-ring debut against Luchasaurus on AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite is being postponed, coming out on Tuesday. It's going to be a Title Tuesday. They already have Adam Copeland versus Luchasaurus, and of course, the women's title of Saraya versus Shida going on again then for the AEW Women's Title Championship on this same night. And so now WWE is stacking the NXT card to get views over there. Cody Rhodes, Asuka, John Cena, these are huge names that are going to be appearing in NXT, and it is going to be very, very interesting to see how this all plays out. Is this going to help boost the ratings? Who will win this one night only right now, Tuesday Night War? Will WWE bring enough power, enough star power to get people to watch NXT? Or is Adam Copeland's first match in AEW going to be the one that draws attention? It's definitely going to be up in the air. It's definitely going to be eye-catching. And it's definitely a different step in the war between WWE and AEW, because it looks like WWE is gearing up to go to war. Not just with that, but if you look at where WWE is heading versus where AEW is heading, it definitely looks like WWE is taking a different step. We haven't seen WWE take this step in a long time. See, in the early 90s when Hulk Hogan and the steroid issues happened and a lot of that stuff, Vince McMahon started cutting people and letting people go, and they weren't renewing contracts, and said we were moving into the younger generation, the next generation, the generation that was led by Bret the Hitman Hart, Shawn Michaels, and those were the names that eventually all led us into the Attitude Era. But of course, it wouldn't have happened if Vince McMahon hadn't started letting some of these older stars he had around go, and they were going to WCW and changing the landscape of WCW. So WCW was signing big-name talent from WWE to get the recognition and bring in these names to make people look at WCW and go, hey, I know who those guys are, and spend interest. While WWE was shifting to younger, newer talent, trying to bring up the talent of the next generation. Now, I think we see that again with WWE picking up names like Jade Cargill and Brian Pillman Jr., along with other younger names that they're trying to bring in to build to the future. AEW, they're bringing in Adam Copeland. He's a veteran. He's going to be a great source. He's going to be a great help to the AEW locker room, the AEW brand. He brings a lot to the table, but it's in a short term, where a name like a Jade Cargill or a Brian Pillman Jr. can definitely bring a long-term investment to the company. So it's really going to be interesting to see how this battle plays out. Of course, we're going to see what it plays out in on Tuesday night when NXT goes against AEW Dynamite on a Title Tuesday version of AEW Dynamite. And now NXT, WWE stacking the deck, bringing in names like Asuka, John Cena, and the Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, already named to be there. Who else could show up? We don't know, but it is getting really interesting to see the landscape shift and move with each new signing or jump, whatever you want to call it, whether it's jumping from one brand to the other or the other brand signing somebody. It is getting really interesting to see what the future of wrestling holds, and can be a really, really exciting time for us, the fans, as we move forward. Also, rumors and speculation, Sami Callihan's contract is almost up, somewhere in that ballpark. There was some time added on to Sami Callihan's contract due to injuries, but Sami Callihan's about to be a free agent. Where will he go? Where will he wind up? Could he wind up in AEW? Could he wind up in WWE? Will he actually be an in-ring worker, or will he be somebody that is working behind the scenes, adding his creative juices, adding his influence into either of these brands? Could be really great. Will he renew with Impact and show back up in Impact? Very good possibility. There are a lot of options in this day and age. Maybe Sami Callihan goes to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Could definitely be interesting. Other names that are being reported out there. Kairi Sane. Lots and lots of talk about Kairi Sane coming up this coming up with her contract. Possibility that she could possibly also show up at Fastlane. It is getting really interesting in these times as lots of big names are coming out of the woodwork. Also, it looks like John Cena is going to be in the corner of Carmelo Hayes when he takes on Braun Breaker on the 10-10 event of NXT. We also have Asuka taking on Roxanne Perez. It was announced for the 10-10 edition of NXT. So, lots of news coming out as they are building to the 10-10 episode of NXT. The episode that will go head-to-head with AEW. And Cody Rhodes is to make a major announcement on the 10-10 NXT event. What could this announcement be? It was just announced that on 10-10, Rhodes will be there, and he will be making a major announcement. Rhodes, the first time ever on NXT, Cody Rhodes will be there. The land that his father kind of started, a land that brought up many superstars, and Cody Rhodes is going to go to the land of NXT. It is going to be an interesting time. We know on the other side, Adam Copeland versus Luchasaurus in his debut match, and Saraya versus Hikaru Shida. If I'm pronouncing that right, I'm not perfect with all these names, so please forgive me. You can drop it in the comments and kill me there if you feel so inclined. But how do you feel about WWE ramping up their NXT show? How do you feel about them stacking up the card going into the 10-10 NXT event against the AEW Dynamite on Tuesday, doing a Title Tuesday episode? It will be a night, and we'll definitely see how it plays out. It could definitely be a landscape changer in the world of professional wrestling, depending on how this all plays out. WWE is definitely looking like they're ready to get into the trenches and see what they can do. AEW is ready to do the battle too, as they keep signing big names, and there's lots of other names that are out there that we're waiting to see. Where will Dolph Ziggler wind up? Where will a possible Matt Riddle return, if anywhere? Ali, one of the hottest names out there on the free agency market, getting lots and lots of attention back and forth about how WWE dropped the ball by letting him go and where his future may lay. A lot of people speculating that Impact Wrestling would really set him onto a future course to being something special. And Impact ready to make some moves as their viewership numbers are ticking up. Impact making a play for a comeback. Impact ready to get into the ring of battle to capture viewers so people will come to Impact. And Impact's doing a lot of great things. They are trying to make a stand as Impact, as a brand to be taken seriously. Is Impact ready to get into this war also? That could forever change the landscape of the world of professional wrestling. It could be a real great time to be a wrestling fan. Now, if you lived through the Monday Night Wars, if you lived through the WCW versus WWE era of the late 90s and the very, very early 2000s, then you know what it was like in that time frame. And are we getting ready to see another one of those events happen? Are we ready to see another battle between two big organizations with a third one trying to tap their way into the door? Is this a remix of WWE versus WCW versus ECW? Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great time to be a wrestling fan. But like we always say, you can cheer who you like, you can boo who you like. You can mark out all you want, just don't be 100% mark. But drop your comments below what you think. Is NXT ready to go to war with AEW? Which is going to be better? Is it going to be NXT or is it going to be AEW that night? It's going to be interesting. Drop your comments. Drop what you think down below. And also, while you're here, remember, subscribe. It won't take you much. Just hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for notification, because when we upload new content, we want you to know. So always make sure you ring that bell and make sure you subscribe so you can become part of the Value of Wrestling family. And we thank you for being here. And again, till the next episode, I am the Big Time. This has been a Big Time Rants. We'll see you next time. And I am out.